What is up, everybody? Welcome back to Steven's Nerd Corner. I know you saw the thumbnail. Chill out. Just chill out. I have like a serious question though. Do you guys think Marvel's putting out too many books? Cause new comic book day just hit, and I was looking through like, dude, this week would have killed me if I got all. I couldn't get all my Marvel books this week, like all the ones I wanted to get, cause the way they dropped them was ridiculous. They all didn't need to come out the same time. They overdid it, man. So let's just get into it. I want to show y'all what I'm talking about. So check it out, guys. Look, we're on Comic Geeks. I'm only on the Marvel releases. We're on the first week of August. First, new comic book day of August. Only Marvel releases. Let's go through them. Look, we'll go through. We got about 18 titles released, right? Because these out here really don't count except for this one. So really 19. But yeah, so 19 titles released. First week of the month. That's not terrible. It kept it under 20 titles. Not bad. Let's get into week 2. I think it's about the same thing. Week 2, they weren't ODing. Look, it's not even 18 titles. It's 17. So look, let's get into the next one, right? Again, not even that bad. Look, we didn't even get 18 titles. Look, 6, 12. When just looking at it, what do we got? Like, it's like 15 titles here. See, it's going down little by little. But we'll get into each week. The way they're releasing these books, they just need to move some of the order around. Like, some of these release orders are bad. And then this is the biggest culprit, though. This is my biggest problem with Marvel, and this is just a big. I think it's a bad thing for fans, and it's just gonna hurt Marvel in the long run, in my opinion. Like, look how many titles we got. Look at that. Let's go row by row. 6, 12, 18, 24, 36. That one doesn't count. But still, 24 titles. 25. Like, what are we doing? Like, that's insane. And look how many. Why do we have. Oof. Hold on. Let me reset. Okay, guys, so check it out. Like, this is the thing, right? We got all these titles, but let's go by them, like, one by one. Ultimate Spider-Man is by itself is cool. X-Men, cool. Miles, like, these are all cool titles. This first whole row, all different. I get it. But the second row is my problem. Look, why do we have 2 Imperial War one-shots in the same week? Why? The other ones don't come out for like 2 months, some of the other ones. And we got weeks. These literally could have pushed one another week away. It's a one-shot. It's not the start of a series. It's just a one-shot with a number 1 on it. You're going to do another number 1 when these series start back up. Why did they both need to come out this week? A week that's already stacked with your books. And we're not even talking about competition. It's strictly Marvel. Like, the problem when you release so many books like this, they start to cannibalize each other. Someone's gonna see all this, see all these books, and they're like, yo, I can't get none of the. I'm not gonna buy any of the Imperial one shots because there's so many other books. And you'll see the other problem. Why? Emma Frost. I mean, this is already kind of pushing it too. Because look, let's go back. You got X-Men, Phoenix, Emma Frost. That's 3 X-Men related titles. X-Men with 2 spin-offs, and there's still another one waiting for us. But look, there's already 3 X titles and 2 Imperial one shots on the same week. Why? Could have spaced this out. Ready? Let's keep going. This is what really had me mad because I'm actually really enjoying this series. Bring on the bad guys. Mephisto and Dormammu dropped same week. Why? They've all been dropping 1 week. Red Skull 1 week. Loki the other week. How it started with Doctor Doom, then Green Goblin. He had the whole summer. You could stretch this out to October for Halloween. Like, did these need to come out the same week? This couldn't wait a week again. Another one that could have came out another week. They could have took 1 Imperial one shot, 1 Bring on the Bad Guys, and just do it all for next week. I don't understand. Like, why did you feel the need to put all these one shots here? They have to compete with the other one shots. On top of, look, you got Doom 2099 number 1. I don't know if that's a mini or a one shot. Another number 1. You already dropped 2 one shots with this? Like, what are y'all doing? And we're not done because, look, we had the 3 X-Men titles. Look, you got Wolverine, Kitty, but we're not even going to count that. You still got X-Men Tooth and Claw number 1. 4 X titles. How many number 1s? All in the same week. I mean, come on. You're bleeding people dry. Like, as a fan, who's reading all this? Like, I'm not reading none of the X titles. I would love to, but look, I'm not reading none of those titles. I can't get all the Imperial War shots, and I'm reading Imperial. I can't get them all. I could get She-Hulk, but I'm not going to be able to get Black Panther because I want to get all the Bring On the Bad Guys, because I'm actually reading that whole one-shot series. And what am I gonna do? Just stop collecting the series? So it's like all this in the same week. You would have spaced this out. I could get Black Panther the one shot. You know, Doomed is another one. I couldn't get it. Just didn't fit in the budget. I don't understand what kind of budget they think everyone's working on. You know, especially with this, the first week was loaded, man. That first week, it's almost 20 titles released. Like, come on. But you know, if I'm not making it clear, let's switch cameras. You know, let's switch around, and I'm gonna show you the numbers. Let's break down the numbers. Yes, the classic style, right? Much more comfortable. But let's break down. I got the numbers, right? Week 1, Marvel releases, right? This is no reprints. This is all the Marvel releases, right? Week 1, it's $89.83, right? That's no tax. I didn't do any taxes, and so, you know, I know it varies, so I'm like, let's leave it out. Strictly the price of the product, right? Week 2, you know, as we saw, the releases dropped a little bit, right? Week 2, you know, $79.85, which they kind of needed, because $90 for week 1 is kind of insane. So $10 drop off, you know, which isn't really much. That's really only 2 titles, but all right. You know, week 3, our total is $72.87. Now we've seen that's a pretty good drop. Like, that is where the median should be, right? The average, like, that's still a bit much, but it's manageable, right? Because I understand that, you know, I understand the argument. Not everyone is reading every Marvel title, of course, but you know, they are reading most. If you're a Marvel fan, you're gonna read most. We have our Marvel Zombies, but I'll get more into that later. Let's not get into that. Let's get into what we're doing, the numbers, right? Week 4, right? This is our biggest culprit. This is my biggest problem. Week 4, the total was $113.75. Dude, a strictly Marvel titles, no reprints, you know, none of that. We're not even talking variants. We're not talking none of that. You know, it's just strictly retail covered A prices, no tax, $113.75, right? So to be a Marvel, if you are a Marvel zombie in the month of August, right, your total is going to be $355.03, brother. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. And let's get into it, right? I understand the argument. I know everyone's, you in the comments, you're typing right now, yo, no one's reading all that. No one's reading every Marvel title. Of course. No, I understand that. But you are going to read most. If you're a Marvel fan, you're going to read some. And, you know, is it crazy to say if you're an X-Men fan, you're not an Avengers fan? Or if you're a Spidey fan, you're not an X-Men fan? You know, so let's just get into that, right? How much would it cost you to be an X-Men fan, right? That was another title I was bringing up. There's a lot of X books. Why there's so many X books? As someone like me, I can't get in. Like, there's so many, I'm not reading any of them. You know what I'm saying? So let's get into it, right? To be an X-Men fan in the month of August, right? We went through their releases, right? X-Men comes out twice in August. I don't know why. All right, it's $49.82 just to be an X-Men fan. Not buying no Spidey, not buying, that's not even including DC Image. You know, if you're in a Dynamite or Boom, some of those titles, you know, but even if we keep it strictly DC and Image, you have to compete with all those, and now these books have to compete with their friends, these other Marvel books. You have your other flagships already. That's already hard enough to contend with. You know, these books, how many of these books can actually keep up with Incredible Hulk or ASM in sales? Come on. You have your Ultimate line. All of these other books, they're going to eat a lot of these other books. And now you're dropping 2 one-shots a week. Really, 4 one-shots, 2 Bring On the Bad Guys, 2 Imperial War. I mean, that just doesn't seem smart to me. Why are we not spacing these out? 3 X titles in 1 week? I mean, really 4. No, it's 4 X titles, right? 2 X-Men titles, and then you had the I'm drawing a blank back. Yeah, X-Men, you had Emma Frost, you got Phoenix, and then you have X-Men Tooth and Claw all in the same week with 4 one-shots. Like, come on, yo. Like, no one saw, like, why is the back half of this thing loaded, man? Like, the whole back half of this thing is a lot. Can we not space this out? Can we not push this up, you know, a week? Can we not do something? I mean, come on. $113 for 1 week of a Marvel fan? You know? Like, you have to compete with DC and Image. That's already hard enough, clearly. Now these books are competing with themselves. What, you think some of these books are going to be up there, can compete with these absolute titles or even the regular Batman, Superman titles? I mean, come on. This, I don't know who's doing these decisions, right? Who's making these decisions? Like, clearly someone should have looked at the board like, damn, that last week of August was kind of crazy, man. Cause look now, I bet you some of these books no one's gonna grab now. Like, there's so many books now. Like, some of these books, they're just gonna get lost in the dust. No one's gonna pick them up. I guarantee it. Next month, let's look at the sales. These books, Marvel's gonna take a hit because of this. There's no way. No one's buying all these books. Sorry, I love Marvel. I'm a huge Marvel fan, but I can't even afford to be that big of a Marvel fan, and I wanted to be. I'm reading Imperial. I wanted all those one shots, but I still have my DC books, my Image books. You know, what am I gonna just? What am I gonna pick up these one shots and some of these other titles? Your X-Men Tooth and Claw #1, like I have to drop an ongoing series that I'm invested in for that? Nah, that's just not gonna happen. Why? Why? But if you space this out another week, I probably could pick it up. So maybe if I get lucky in the back issues, I mean, if it doesn't sell right, I'll get it on back issues, right? Maybe, right? Do you see? I mean, I don't know. Does that make sense? Is that how you want to sell books in back issue? Like, I don't. That doesn't seem smart to me. That's gonna do it for this one, guys. Sorry for my voice. I know it sounds weird. I think I got sick. I don't know what the hell happened. But I appreciate y'all for tuning in. I know it's a bit of a different video, but it's just something I was thinking of. I wanted to bring it up because I want to know, like, do you guys feel like this? Is it Marvel in particular putting out too many books? Like, I know DC can have some heavy weeks, but they're not that bad. Same thing. Image is usually pretty good, but they're indie, so you know they're feeding different pieces of people. You know, so it's whatever. But like, what's going on, Marvel? What? So many books, man. Like, come on. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm tripping. Let me know down below. Am I tripping? Let me know. But like I always say, I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Peace.